Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. I'm Lori. If you're new here, hi and welcome, and thank you for joining us. Let's see, you know, we put all these tags in this thing the other day, and I forgot all about the ones that came with the kit. I sure did. Forgot all about them, but that's all right. We'll work on some of them, see if we need them in here. If not, we'll put them up for something else. I would like to try to put a few of these here and there. And I didn't shoot a video yesterday because I came home. I finally fixed my vegetable soup I was bragging about fixing the other day. Fixed it and I come home, ate two big bowls of it. Got my belly full, got warm. Sat here in my little, my pink chair that used to body slam me in the floor. I use it to sit beside of my bed, watch TV in now. I don't have to move it, you know, I can just get up and down out of it. But it used to fuss about it body slamming me in the floor while I was sitting here trying to craft because I'd slide out from the table and it flipped me over. But anyways, I was sitting there eating. Woke up at 4:30 this morning. So I didn't shoot a video last night because I sat there after I ate and apparently just passed out, fell asleep. But that's okay. It just shows how tired I was. I needed to rest, I reckon. But that's all right. We're going to get in here today and we're going to work on some tags and such. I didn't ink or do anything extra to them. After I got off the video, I just said I'll work on it when I get to it. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it's been going here. Okay. We'll need this later on, but probably not at the moment. So I'm going to ink around. Some of them I may put toppers on. Some of them I may not. I don't know. This one is the one I'm thinking about. Not, if I do put a topper on it, it may be a pull out of this because I don't want to mess that star up. And they're printed on the back. So that one I kind of don't really want to mess the star on the tree up. So we're going to leave it the way it is. Hope that's all right with everybody. And I am going to do these in the green. What is this? Rustic Wilderness Green. That's what I'm using the ink with. Now let's see. What do we want to put out the top of you? I think I want to try to use this here up. I think that'll be quite pretty on there. Let me see here. So yeah, I hadn't touched this or done anything to it since the other night when we did our placing stuff. Hadn't really done didn't really do nothing yesterday but work and put the truck up. I think that's what it was. I was just tired from doing that at work. I need my need my little stapler. I don't like the way that looks on the top of it. Oh, I like that. With that sticking out the top and that being in there. Yep. I sure do. Well, this here, I'm going to take these and wrap it around that just because the other day when I undone that and cut it, the bottom piece came off of it. So, there was that. I need to adjust myself on my stool because I'm pinching my leg somehow or another here. There we go. sitting on my, like, hold myself up with my tiptoes, basically. So I hope everybody's doing good today. You know, ain't freezing to death. I have froze all week, y'all. I'm just cold. I think that just, you know, has to do with my iron being low. But yeah, I have just been super duper cold this week. It's been like in, I think the other night it got in the 40s. Well, last night. Which would have been Thursday night. That was probably our coldest night. I know that looks a little weird with that sticking out the top of it, but I'm fine with that. And of course, you can't use the Fabri-Tac without getting it all over your fingers, can you? No, you can't. Or at least I can't. I don't know what it is. I can't use the Fabri-Tac, and look, now it's just bubbling out. Good gracious. I hate this stuff. I really do hate it. I think once I get this here used up, and besides just, you know, for like, I probably am going to just get some Aleene's tacky glue or whatever, because I think a few ladies have said that that works pretty good. Just getting some Aleene's tacky glue. I think that's what I'm about to do, because Fabri-Tac is just really wearing my good nerve out. I can't work with it. And the only reason I even really use it on camera is just for the fact that it snatches and grabs good, you know. And you can continue on working. And not have to sit and wait for everything to dry. There we go. I had accidentally, apparently got glue right in here on this pocket, so there's that. I actually did kind of like that. I think that's cute. Brings your eye from the reds, you know what I mean? What is that with the scrapbook and the 3 points? Doop, 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 you know. Whatever the 3-point thing is. That one's done, that's done, that's done. This is done, that's done. We need to do something with this. And I like doing this, going through, placing the pockets and putting them down. And then going back through and working on the tags where we got them placed. That way it's kind of a flip through as well. So I think since we're going with, you know, the red, the green, the red, the green, I'm going to do red on the topper of this. Let's see. Got this right here. I love that stuff. Just love it. It is so pretty, I think. Let's, because we got room to put a slot punch on that, so we're going to do it. We need a slot punch hole reinforcer, you know what I'm saying? That's what we need to, somebody needs to invent for us. A slot punch hole reinforcer. That go in here. We'll have that sticking out the top of it there. Oh, that's going to be fun. Have all kinds of stuff sticking out the top of the journal. It's pretty here. I think I'm going to do the... I think I'm actually... Like I said, I'm going to try to use this cream and gold color up here. This kind of goes with this kit, these papers and such. I want that to be a loopity-loop. So let's do this. here. Don't need all of this stuff in my face. Just trying to keep everything over here to the side. You know, any things that's dangerous that I could hurt myself with. You know, like the sharp scissors and such. Just trying to keep all that over to one side of the table. Because I'm clumsy, y'all know. Oh, yeah, that's cute. I think I'll do the same one on this one here, too. Just because it kind of goes with that scene of that tag. Actually, let me take that off of there because I want that red and green on that one. Let's use this one on this. Oh. Y'all, I've got a piece of wisdom tooth that is sticking out. And every so often, I'll bite the back of my tongue. And I tell you what, that hurts. So if I accidentally do that through the video, I am so sorry. But every once in a while, I'll talk or say something and snatch the back of my tongue, and boy, it hurts. I'll try my best not to do that, but so what happened was when I was 16, 17 years old, my mouth is small, so my wisdom teeth, when they started coming in, pretty much basically were in my throat. I got to get a drink. And so they decided that they were going to cut my teeth, all four of my wisdom teeth out while I was out for Christmas break one year. So I sat around looking like a chipmunk, you know, the whole time. Eating ice cream or what have you. And then, so now, well, look, that's all of that. Ain't that a mess? And so now, as I've gotten older, from time to time, there will be kind of like a bone fragment that, you know, starts working its way out. And will just ache and, oh my goodness, just hurt. And then, you know, I'll have the mouthwash peroxide is what I use. And so that that tends to work. That'll be pretty on there, wouldn't it? But I want something red in it. But anyhow, so that'll work the that'll wind up working the bone fragment out. Is that mouthwash peroxide. And until it comes completely out, there's really not a whole lot they can do, you know. Other than they just give me antibiotics and just, you know, it'll have to work itself out. I'm like, you can't just go in there and pull it out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a bone fragment. It's sticking out of my gum. It looks like you could go in and take it out. And so apparently whoever my dentist was, which, you know, Dr. Jackson, it's also the same goofball that put braces on my teeth and left permanent retainers in my mouth, and I still have them. Yeah, I still have them in my mouth. And that, so, you know, when I go to the dentist, they're like, who done that? I'm like, this quack. The quack. That's who did it, the quack. But anyhows, so, yeah. And it's, like I say, you know, my wisdom teeth were pretty much basically like growing in the back of my throat. I mean, like literally coming out into my throat. And so They're like, you know, it's kind of around like where your tonsil area is. And so at first, you know, we was thinking it may be tonsil stones or something like that. If you've ever heard of that, it's tonsil stones. If you haven't had your tonsils taken out and you keep getting throat infections, or, you know, like I have really bad allergies and stuff, they'll check you for those. Oh, that's going to be cute there. So you'll have like tonsil stones or infection in your tonsils or what have you. I think I'm going to put that on this too, like that. But yeah, so we'll do it like that. So now from time to time, because I grit my teeth in my sleep out, I just bit it again. That hurt. So what's happening is my tooth on the top is clicking on it in the back, because it's, you know, like, here's my throat and the piece is sticking out like towards this way. And every once in a while my top tooth will click on it, and boy, it hurts like crap. Oh yeah, let's fix this one. What did I do with it? There it is. Let's take that out and fix it. But yeah, so that's what's going on. And it hurts. What I'm going to try to do is twist this in here like that, and then put the staple in it. There we go. There we go, buddy. So what I done was stick it through the hole and then twist it so it faces frontwards. I like that. Yep, that's cute. Okay, now here we are with this one. So yeah, I've been having that going on this week. I know this is not paper scissors, but that's laying here, and we're just going to do it. We're just going to do that. So then yesterday at work, you know, we had the truck delivery and everything, and they had it done before I got there. I just had to deal with the tobacco products and such, because they don't have a key to the back office. They can't put them up. They can't do anything with them. So that's really kind of all I had to deal with when I got there. Thank goodness, because I had the fella that works there with us, had him come in. You know what? The best lace that I have, whoops, look at this. I'm moving stuff so I can get to my good lace in there. Okay. That will be this. And this. I think that green is way too bright. That's a little too bright. But anyhow, we had a big truck, so I asked the fellow that worked there if he would come in a couple hours on his day off, get him a couple more hours in, you know, and help put the truck up. And so he did. So when I got there, it was done. And then it was fairly, you know, steady up until about dark last night. And then tonight, which is Halloween night, Friday, it was steady all night long. They were dead this morning. Only did like $400 was the deposit. And I was like, wow, you really didn't do nothing today, did you? Well, by the time, you know, then you have to, it's month ending, so I had to close the month out. So I had to do that tonight. But anyhow, time I got everything took care of yesterday, I got home and ate, and I was just fell asleep. I was just tired. So then tonight, you know, I was just super tired because it's Friday. It's the first of the month. It's Halloween. So yeah, I got my butt kicked today because they were super slow this morning. So I did $5,000 tonight by myself. And that was just, you know, like inside sales. That wasn't cards. That wasn't machine pays or anything like that. That was just inside purchases only. Was it none of the gas, nothing like that. So I was just like, yeah, I'm over this today. I'm ready to go home. So then I sat down here and I ate me some more soup tonight. I only ate one bowl tonight because I was like, I got to shoot a video and get this journal done. So I was like, yeah, I need to shoot a video, get this journal done. And before I sat down, after I ate, I sat down and was going online to get my driver's license renewed. So I was doing that, talking to my daughter, multitasking as always, you know, because you can't ever just sit still and eat and not do nothing. So I was getting my license renewed online, paying for that, doing the grocery order, talking to my daughter about her day and how they did all their trick-or-treating and such. And I was like, well, I got everything done that I needed to do. And she's like, well, what was you doing? I said, well, I got my driver's license thing did. I did the grocery order for tomorrow. I got all that already set up and ready to go. She's like, why are you just talking to me? I said, yeah. You know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for that that red and green. And I don't have it because I used all of it. Daggone it. Oh, well, shucks. It's all right. Nope. Don't cut that with that. That's got wire in it, honey. Yeah, I was looking for the red and green, and I just used it all. I love that ribbon, though. I think I got it from Hobby Lobby. I don't know. I think I just can't sit still and just sit there. You know, I just can't. I gotta be doing something. You know, like multitasking something or another. You know, I gotta be doing all the things all together. I can't just sit still and just sit and relax and watch TV, or, you know, I gotta be doing this, that, and the other. So then by the time I was getting my license renewed, talking to her, doing the grocery pickup just for our drinks and water and such, and I need some more baby wipes. So when I got all of that done, my food was cold. She's like, well, just heat it up. And I was like, nope. And I'll just, I ate most of it. You know, I mean, when I say a bowl, it's a big bowl. So it wasn't like, you know, I didn't eat. I ate pretty good. That's what happened to me last night. I ate too good. I ate 2 big bowls like that last night. I was done. I was out for the count. Laid out in my chair. I woke up with the crick in the neck. My legs and feet swelled up. and my legs and feet froze to death. Where I've been sitting up in that chair. These are actually turning out pretty good with these on it. I love this rear ribbon too. I have to go tomorrow and see if I can't find me some more of the red and green ribbon from the Hoblob. Just stick that right there. That's turned out pretty good. I love that. Even though this is mainly, you know, supposedly the green and gold. And it's just named that because of the cover. And we do have red and green throughout this. Alright, so we need to do all of these. We got to glue that together. Okie doke. And that's his little girlfriend up there in the bag. Okay, now this one here, we need to glue this. Get this stuff out of my way and fix that first. So I went, and while I was doing, I went online and ordered me some ink to come so I could print some stuff, because I'm going to need to print a few more Christmas kits for that collaboration challenge thing for Sweet Pea Crafts, her Sweet Pea Papers Christmas collab. Ugh, can't spit the words out. Miss Terry Lee over at Sweet Pea Papers. She has several Facebook groups and things like that. She has several collaborators that are going to be donating their some Christmas kits and such for us to work with. And so we're supposed to be finding out all the information to that the first week of November. I think the collab starts December the 1st. It's going to run the whole month of December. So I'm so excited and happy to be a part of that again this year. I didn't do it last year. The year before I did. But last year I was doing all kinds of Christmas journals on my own for like gifts and such, you know, because I had already had a bunch of stuff that I had promised out, you know, that yeah, I'll do that for you or make that for you as a gift for somebody, you know, that type of stuff. This year I have not done any of that to myself, where, you know, I put myself in a bind where I need to just sit and make stuff 24 hours a day. Alrighty, the music goes that way. So we're going to snip this. I'm going to round these corners on here. Just because it's that tall, skinny tag. I think that'll work better going in and out of that pocket. Before you know it, I'll have everything I own out here. Alrighty, so now what do we want on her? I think I'm just going to do red on both of them. I think I will. Let's see. If I put her in here with her little face sticking up, and we'll have the red just dangling down, and then we'll have this one back here behind her. Oh. And then we'll have that going out the top. Yeah, okay. So long enough piece on her that'll dangle down here. Something kind of like this, where it frames up her face is what I'm talking about, you know. I don't really want a bow. I just want it to kind of go down. And then the one on the top, let's put something else on it. And I also think that would be pretty on that as well. That's introducing a completely different new color in here, and I don't want to do that either. Alrighty then. Well, you know, when you get to looking and you think you got all of these ribbons and such, you really don't. I got a bunch of wide ribbon. That's what I got. Okay. So now this here, we're going to poke a hole in it. And we're just going to tie it in a knot. If I can keep a hold of it. And that's kind of what I'm talking about there with her. I don't know what she's got. Looks like snowflakes falling. I guess that's what that is. So we'll have her just peeking out the top right there with her little eyes. Pretty blue eyes. And then this. You know what? I'm going to put one I want to on it because that matches that, don't it? Just put it on there and shut up. Thank you for saying that. Thank you so much for saying that. I really greatly appreciate it. So if it sounds like I'm slurring words or what have you, it's not. I just bit my tongue, that's all. I'm just biting the heck out of my tongue every 5 minutes, that's all. Because I think I just did it. I just slurred my words there because I bit my tongue again. Yeah, like that right there. Just shut up and put it on there because it's going to be pretty. Yeah. Alrighty, I like that. Getting too much stuff over here in my face. Probably working plumb off the camera too. Yep, I like that. Alright, and then we can also use that on this page. Because that will go with that too, won't it? I'm sure would. And I think this tag, I thought I had that same tag back to back, but then I was like, I know, I moved it, didn't I? Yeah, because it was on the other page and we moved it. Okay. I really don't want to put nothing on there. It's going to mess the star up. So we're just going to leave that one the way it is and be happy with it. Yeah, we're going to leave you just how you are. Just making sure I didn't skip a page. Now we need to glue this one. Okay. Goodness. I've been doing is I've been lining one edge at the top up, and then I'll line the corner up, and that one just fell completely on down on there. And I need to trim up around it a little bit. Let's see the blue handles. The blue handle is the glue scissors. So try to use these, see where it's got the sticky on it. I try to use them for anything that is glued. The blue and the teal green scissors or anything that is glued. The black and the pink handles, or purple handle, excuse me, is just regular cutting for paper. Try to color code things. So like if this set here gets dirty and I just, you know, they need to be cleaned, then I got another set that I can just grab and use instead of having to try to worry about cleaning them on camera. Like where stuff's sticking to them. Then I got a backup set that I can grab. And I did learn the hard way that you cannot sharpen scissors with a knife sharpener. Oh, goodness. Can y'all believe I tried that? I was like, I'm going to try it just because I like the scissors. And they were fairly decent scissors, you know, until I tried to sharpen them on the knife sharpener. But you can't sharpen, you know, a single edge on a double edge sharpener. My daddy laughed at me. I was like, yeah, I did try that. Because I needed the scissors at that point in time. So then I just threw all of them away, and I went out to the Dollar Tree and bought me some more. Bought me some more scissors. I just tangled that up, messed it up down here. These are my anything scissors, glue, tape, wire. You know, they've been around a long time. Westcott from the Walmart. But yeah, those are the anything scissors. And then the black handle, Mr. Tim Holtz, is just supposed to be for fabric. You know, like these are, you know, so people come in here and they'll be like, well, what scissors can I use? None of them. If I ain't there to look at it, you ain't better not touch none of them. Better not touch none of my scissors. And the sister, she's like, she come for my son's wedding, and she was trying to wrap up his present and stuff that she had gotten. She's in here. She goes, you know, I had to go watch one of your videos to know what pair of scissors I could use. I was laughing. I was like, really? She said, yeah, I did. She said, I told Mama, she said, I couldn't remember which one she said was for what. I said, but I know she talks about it on her videos. So she went and pulled up a video and watched it to make sure what scissors she could or could not use. A craft room. I don't know for sure which way these here go. It looks like the plants are coming out that way, so that's the way we're doing it. But it's really kind of misleading on the direction of things, you know. It's pretty though. Oops, it'd be prettier if I'd cut the angle right, wouldn't it? But yeah, I just thought that was plumb funny. She's like, I just watched a video, figured out what scissors I could and couldn't use because Mama didn't have a clue. And she goes, you better not mess with them because she's going to be having a fit. And I was like, yes, I would. She said, well, I know the one pair of scissors, it's off to itself. You always talk about that's just for fabric. And she said, so I figured the black handle ones that was over sticking to in the thing by itself, that those were not to be messed with. And she said, any of the ones in the cup I wasn't sure of. She said, so I just grabbed this blue handle pair here. She said, they was big enough for me to use. And I was like, well, that was the perfect choice then, wasn't it? Oh, me. It's funny. I think that's going to be pretty on there. And I'm just going to put that on there. Speaking of the blue handles, I need you back, buddy. We got to cut another one of these ribbon scissors. Which I watch some people craft, you know, on their videos, and they really don't have a determined set of scissors that I see. You know, they just use whatever they grab and pick up. Now, some of them, they'll have, you know, 3 or 4 pairs of scissors by the time they get done with the video, but, you know, it looks to me like they're just grabbing just whichever one's beside of them. But I just know that Mr. Tim Holtz scissors don't need to be cutting these here with the wire in it, because that will mess them up. Split this here, and that winds up leaving that pretty. That one I think I cut down a little bit too much, because I want the topper to stick out the top. This one here, we're going to put red on it. Let's see. Oh, and by the way, I'm sorry it's so far into the video and I did not say this. These came from Artsology. Now, she has, and it's Deb at Artsology, she has posted on her YouTube channel about 4 months ago. I found it because we were hunting for this link, me and I think it's Made in Michigan. We were hunting for this. And I went back, I spent 2 hours at work, and then I spent another hour or so at home just digging to try to find the link to these. And I was hunting and hunting and hunting, and it never pulled up Artsology. It wouldn't pull up the tags, nothing like that on Etsy. Well, come to find out, Miss Deb at Artsology had decided that a few months back that she was not going to sell digitals anymore on Etsy, because Etsy had become so inundated with AI and this and that and the other, and you know, just overwhelmed with digitals at the moment. And that's her words. So she decided, you know, she was not going to sell digitals anymore, so she took everything down. And she had some beautiful digitals and stuff on Etsy, and so she took her shop down, and that's very sad, because she is very talented and had, you know, very, very beautiful stuff. So now I need to go look on my laptop tonight when I get off here to see if I saved this or not. Please, Lord, bless me if I did, because I would love to reprint these. I mean, because that's 51 large tags that are beautiful, that will go with pretty much any kind of Christmas stuff, you know. So I'm hoping that I did, and I probably didn't. Because I printed it, and like I said, I don't even know if it's got a date on it when it says that I bought it, because sometimes it'll do that. No, I didn't print the back page that has the date on it. Yeah, but I know that they were from not 2024 at Christmas. Because Gail Augustinelli come out and showed them, and I was like, ooh, I gotta go get them. I gotta go get them. And I did. I think this will be pretty on that, too. So I am so sorry for telling you where you could and go get them, and was not in the know, because, you know, like I say, most of my Christmas stuff I print off like pretty much around, I printed it off around the first of the year and had it lined up. it was well before Christmas time. So they are not available anymore on Etsy, these tags, and I'm so sorry for that. So then I said, well, I'm going to try to get them used up, I guess, so I won't be, you know, sharing it and people being like, ooh, where'd you get them from? And then you can't go get them, you know. Which that does kind of happen, you know, when you buy up a bunch of stuff and don't print it, you know. And plus, too, if you buy stuff and you don't download it, honey, you better go download everything you buy off Etsy, because people are switching out and changing over to Ko-Fi quicker than you can blink your eyeballs, just because of all the nonsense going on with Etsy. I mean, really. People are swooping accounts, you know, like saying that they're you selling your stuff and they ain't, you know, and getting the money for it. Yeah, all kinds of mess like that. It happened to Angela Kerr, as a matter of fact, it did. I think she found up to 6 or 7 spoof accounts that were selling her digital products, and, you know, as like it was her. So, yeah. And which is another reason why a lot of people are finding somewhere else to go besides Etsy. Because I have heard, you know, just, they charge you now $15 to start an account. They charge you to post items onto your account to sell. And I don't know for sure how much they charge you or whatever after that to keep it listed, or anything as to that nature. And then they take a percentage of what you make. So now if it is all inclusive, you know, where like it prints the label for you to ship it out, you have the Stripe account, you know, where you can process debit, credit cards, you know, or what have you. If it has all of that, then yeah, it is kind of worth the headache, because trust me, Ko-Fi and me and the Stripe account are hauling it up right now. Because I've got my Stripe account, but I can't get it linked to my Ko-Fi site. So I can't list anything on there to, you know, you can process through PayPal. I can do that. But, I mean, it's just aggravating to the point of, I don't want to mess up the top of that. I just seen that. It's got that little medallion on it, so we're not going to put a topper on that one. We'll just put them there. But, yeah, so, I mean, in some sense, you know, if it has all of that with it and you don't have to have the headache of doing all of that, then great. But if it does not, then, yes, run away from Etsy. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But now me as a consumer, a shopper, then, you know, if I want something digital, because you can't search on Ko-Fi either, which is annoying. And I didn't realize that until 2 days ago, because I was looking for something, and I was like, well, I know I follow them. No, I don't. You have to actually click on the link that they share in their video or whatever it is that they're doing, and follow and go through that way to follow them on their Ko-Fi site. Didn't know that either, so I was highly upset about that. And I actually did the help on Ko-Fi and was like, yeah, are you able to search shops or what have you on Ko-Fi? It says at this point in time, no, you are not. I was like, what? That's aggravating. You know, why would you do that? Not be able to have a search on Ko-Fi. So I guess it's just, you know, you just have to go watch whoever's, like if you see someone and they had a freebie or what have you, you know, you couldn't just go click off their video, which most of them shared a link in the bottom of it anyways. You couldn't just go to Ko-Fi and hunt up, you know, all of these people, you know, like you can on Etsy. You know, you can shop certain kinds of digitals. You can shop, you know, by the name of the shop, which I like. You can't really do that on Ko-Fi. You have to actually, you know, follow a link that someone leaves for you. So, which you basically, that's fine too. You know, if you post something on your channel and you're like, oh, the link to my Ko-Fi is below my channel description or in the description, what have you, then yeah, that's you're promoting yourself, which most tie a daggum bow, which most people that's on YouTube do, And then, so then you have like Ko-Fi, you have the Marketplace, I think Maker's Mart or something like that, I think is what, why are you wanting to be such a butthead? There we go. I think is what Miss Angela, the traveling crafter, I think that's what she started up, was the Maker's Mart. The Maker's Market. So yeah, this one, oh yeah, I did use that tag twice in here, but it's not, right on top of each other, so that's fine too. I'm not going to put a topper on that one just because I don't want to mess up the star. So we need to glue this one. But yeah, that's just a few things about, being able to sell types and stuff. Now, I do have an eBay store, and they do all of their stuff, in which, you get the shipping label printed and all of that stuff. So my son's like, you need to do that. And I was like, yeah, but I want to do digitals, I want to be able to, after the first of the year, do like some freebie labels and, nothing major, just, like some freebie labels or something like that, or some background pages, just as a thank you for my viewers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? To be able to do something like that maybe once a month, probably wouldn't be, a weekly thing, because like I said, until I cut some of my hours back at work, I wouldn't be able to do that every week and still be able to print and fussy cut to keep up. I do think I did cut back a bit this year on making journals. I didn't make as many journals this year as I did last year, and which, last year I just had started into filming and, was just making journal after journal after journal, and it would sit and at that time was like, I don't really have the storage for pre-made ephemera. Why would I make it for something that I'm not going to be working on right at the moment? Well, guess what, honey? I did learn, that what my color palette is, my kind of style, so to speak, I guess. It would be a better terminology, is my style of crafting and ephemera making. So I learned that, and which was very helpful, and what I like and what I like things to look like. So with that being said, I was like, well, Mary Makes is perfect to get practice at making pre-made ephemera to have, ready to go in a journal. So I did like, I can't go wrong with red and green, y'all. I mean, red, green, Christmas. You can't kind of mess that up. But you can, though, because there's different tones of red. There's different tones of green. There's burgundy and red in here. There's dark hunter green. There's moss green. All that. Anyways. With that, so I said, well, let me practice with doing the Mary Makes. And then the more and more I practice, every week, doing Mary Makes on Mondays, then it became a little bit easier for me to just sit and play and just focus on this. Not the whole, journal. Just, this is a tag. I'm like, okay, I would like this topper on it because it goes with it. I really don't want to do a whole lot to it. We could probably put a label on it if we would like. But, it's pretty as it is. You know what I'm saying? So, that helped me get to the point of where I could make pre-made ephemera. And I got me a little trolley cart, you know, the little Michaels or what have you carts, the tiered carts. So I got some of those. I have one that is set up to have lacy bits and stuff like that. And all of the toppers and lace and, you know, fabric or what have you for every day. And the other one is set up where I have Christmas in the bottom of it, fussy cuts. And then the top piece of it has my everyday ephemera. I have two little trays for that. Okay, what do we want on you? I want some of this red and green here. I like that. It's fancy dancy. Let's put you on there. But yeah, so just doing the Mary Makes helped me get into just out of the headspace of, you know, everything has to be matchy-matchy in the journal. You know, like say I was doing poinsettias, I would use poinsettias over and over and over and over again in that journal. Well, you don't have to do that. You know, you can do poinsettias on the pocket. You know, you can spread it out through the journal. You got red and green will match, you know. So, and which suits me better because that is the way that I scrapped for years. I still have boxes behind me of scrapbooking paper that, and I'm working my way through it slowly, that is color-coded, you know. It has red paper, it has green paper, it has blue, you know, yeah, just the color coding. Oh, that's so pretty. And then it's hard, you know, for if you're shooting videos, you know, to say, you know, this is where I got this from, this is where I got that from. So I tried to have, you know, my little baggies that, you know, with a kit, with the fussy cuts and stuff. And then I'll have my little plastic sleeves for the actual paper kits and such. And if they have fussy cuts, I cut them and put them back in that. But, you know, and that way I stay a little organized, and it helps me tell you, you know, hey, this is where I got this from. Go check this out, you know. Now, I'm getting into a thing of where I need to work through what digitals I have now. Because some of the shops are closing. Some of the shops are moving to Ko-Fi, and they're not on Etsy anymore. And some of the kits, the people are, you know, like if they make so many kits, it charges them to keep them on there. I did not know that. So they are rotating the kits through, basically. Older kits, you know, that aren't moving and selling that much anymore. You know, like a year or two ago, they're taking them off. They're taking them off of their Etsy shop. So, I know that's a bunch of yip-yapping, ain't it? But it's information. It's informative, you know. We need to know these things so we know where to go get these pretty things from. You know what I'm saying? We need to be informed. And when I find out stuff like that, I try my best to spread it to y'all and tell y'all, you know, hey, this one, like Ginger Journals, all of her kits are 95 cents on sale again. And she has a few new kits for Christmas. She got a real pretty Christmas plaid kit, actually. I guess what, it's sitting in my cart. So therefore I had to get me some more ink. And then, so it was my birthday gift to myself. Ink and some lace from Temu that was real pretty. Oh, that's super pretty. So we need to glue that. And we're almost done, y'all. Shut up. Sitting here yik-yakking about what we can and can't find on Etsy. And we about got it done. Oh, yeah, it's still tacky. We're going to switch you out, buddy. So, yes, for me, trying to lead you astray for those tags, I am so sorry about that, because like I said, I was able to download them and print them off, and most of that was in June and July when I was doing all the mass printing and fussy cutting, getting ready for fall and Christmas. Just because at that time I had what summer stuff, you know, I was going to do. I already had it together and just needed to work on it. But like fall and Christmas, I've started it. I did fall in the first 2 weeks of June. I did Christmas the last 2 weeks of June, and then a few of the first week of July. And then I haven't printed, you know, anything since then to for Christmas or anything. And then I've bought quite a few kits that I would like to print off. Like I've got the Christmas trees, a new set of Santa Clauses and stuff like that. I got a new set of nutcrackers that I found that's all different sizes and colors. I'd like to print those off, but yeah, I bought them and I have not downloaded them, so I got to get that done this weekend. That was my goal this weekend, because, you know, every time I plan on doing it, I've had to work on Saturdays, so it messes my organization of my Christmas and stuff up. And so then, therefore, you know, it messes up my project for the upcoming week. So then I'll go back over here and look, and I'm like, all right, well, I've got this kit already done and put together, and all of its bits. So we're just going to go ahead and work on that one. And then, like I said, this kit here, the red and green, I had it finished. Or the green and gold, I had it finished and cut and everything. And then I said, well, I'm going to go ahead and do that one. I think next week I am going to go ahead and do the red and green one, because, like I said, it has been asked about and spoken for. And I'm going to get in touch with her tomorrow through email, I think, and see if she is still interested in it. And if so, then I will go ahead and move forward and make it. If not, I will make something else, because, you know, it's another big journal. It's going to be a lot. But with, you know, if she's interested, then I can sit down Sunday, you know, and I probably won't do start to finish on it, because it is someone else's journal, you know, and they already spoke for it and want it. But I will do the main bits, you know. I'll show you how I'm going to make the cover, and how I'm going to, you know, the pockets. I got to make pockets for it. I got glue all down the front of that, and I put it in that pocket, and it is going to glue it to the pocket. So we can't have that. And I was saying I got glue all down the front of it. I know you could probably not hear me with that paper towel rubbing across there as hard as it was. But yeah, I got glue all down it. Okay. So, anyhow, Miss Sarah, if you're watching, honey, and you are still interested in that red and green journal, let me know in the comments, or either way, I'm going to email you tomorrow and find out for sure if you still do want it. If you do, well, then I'll go ahead and make it next week. If not, I'll move on to something else, honey. So, you know, just let me know. I did have some interest in this one. I think a lady, Miss Deborah, I think it was you, sweetie, that had said something about whichever one I put the fox in. And then at the time when I was making it, I hadn't decided if I wanted to get rid of it or not. And you're a good friend. If you are interested in it, let me know. Email me, text me, or call me or something. And but if not, I will keep it myself. And, you know, because I like it. It goes, like I said, it goes with my daughter's room, her decorations and such. I am going to tie me a bow on this and just let that just hang down. about to do. Because I've got several kits that are already put together with stuff, you know, like pages and that are only like one signatures. I do want to make some ephemera this weekend just because I want to play, you know what I mean? I want to do something different. And not that I'm bored of making this journal. It's just, it's a lot. You know, it's 3 signatures and every page has a pocket on it. Which it turned out super pretty. I absolutely love it. I amaze myself sometimes, and this is one of those that I did amaze myself on. Alright, now, quit being so fidgety. Stay tied. There you go. Yep, like that. Okay, doke. I turned 2 pages at once. Okie dokie, y'all. We got one more page. I'm not going to go back and recap and do a flip through of it because, like I said, you know, doing the journals and such, or doing the tags and everything the way we have done is kind of like a flip through in itself. I'm going to do this here on this one. I hadn't used a whole lot of this in the back side of this journal. And I think it will go pretty good with this tag, actually. Yeah, so I woke up at 4:30 this morning, you know, sitting asleep over here in my chair, mad as I could be. You know why? Because the show I had been watching off and on for a while, actually, I watch, like, shows that are on, like, Netflix or HBO or Hulu, stuff like that. You know, like series or what have you. I'll start at the very front and go all the way through every episode. And most of the time I do that while I'm printing and stuff. You know, just something in the background. And I'll pay attention to it. You know, if something serious is going on or happening. And, what you know, I woke up and had to skip through and missed 4 episodes of my show that I had been watching on HBO Max. Well, I was upset, too. I was like, how in the world did I sleep through 4 shows of that? I must have been super tired. Because it's very, it's entertaining. It's interesting. Because, you know, you like crime fighting movies and stuff like that. And that is our last page, y'all. Hush up. Wow, super duper. Oh, I'm so done. So done with it. Oh, look, that is cute. It's not too much out the top, and it's some of every bit. And we don't need a closure because it stays closed. And you have room to grow about a good inch or inch and a half to stuff it full and grow. Yes, ma'am. Oh, I love it. And it sets up. Yep. All right, so now, let's see. I think we are done with it. I'm not going to put this on it because I just can't figure out where I want to put it at. So, I don't know. See, do we want to add any of these in there? Not really, because all of these are with the other one. I don't know. Let's see if this one here. Now, this is the red and green one. So I have this cover, but I found this tablecloth, or not tablecloth, table mat And I was like, yep, with the gold. Yes, I think that's what I'm going to use for the cover for this one. And I'm going to try to fix a cereal box to slide down in it, and I'll figure that out. And that's why I want to do that one on camera as well. So, yeah, those color tags will fit right in with this, some of the backgrounds. Yeah, this one screams a whole lot more Christmas than the other one did. Oh, that's so pretty. Yep, alright. Yeah, those tags will go good in here as well. So, we'll just move whatever we didn't pull apart for the blue journal, blue stuff. We're just going to take and move right on over to this journal here, because it's got the same, you know, the green background type stuff in it. Now these I will put in that, I think. Yeah, let's put them in there. That will go good with the blue journal. These will go good with that one. So I'm going to put these in this green and gold one as well. That needs to go in the green and gold. Duh. Okay. Green and gold, green and gold. So maybe I ain't done with it. I know, I just keep trying to find work for myself. You know what I'm saying? Just ain't happy with, you know, being done with something. Okay. Yeah, all of that can go in here in the back. You know, so I got plenty of ephemera in there for that one as well. And that's just cut off pieces that we need to cut. Alright, you go in the front. You go in the blue. So this here, I kept the nameplate with all the blue stuff that goes in it. And I got a cover that I want to put with that. But we probably won't do that now. That's probably going to be a... an hour and 15 minutes. Well, I still got a few more of these. I'm just going to ink them up. I'm going to put the white and gold cream out of the top of these. These I'm not going to put anything on. These I'm going to fold in half and have them as a double journal card, because when you open it up, you got the full tree ink around them. And then these I'm going to ink up and put them in a pocket. So that'll be one, and one. So first signature, second signature. Yeah, we'll do first signature, second signature, and third signature. Okie doke. I'm gonna get off here for today. And we still got to put. We still need to put dangles on here, and dangles. I don't know if I'll do dangles on these now or not, because we've got the bling on them. Yeah. So see where like this here is, and some of these that like this. Yeah, that's bigger than that one, so we can put, you know, we can put a few of them in here. I think it'll be pretty. Yep. And this one here, I would like to probably put that on it. Well, it ain't gonna fit there, is it? Of course it's not. This one will do. But that's gonna be covered up. You know what I'm saying. We'll find somewhere to put them. And slide that down in there. Put the presents behind it. No. Alrighty. I'm getting off here. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. And we will finish this up tomorrow with the rest of these. A few little tags. And then I'll do a formal flip through of it. Okay? Thank y'all so much for putting up with me this week and working on this journal. I know it's been a big project. But it has been so fun. And I just greatly appreciate everybody for commenting and sharing and liking my videos. Y'all are just so gracious to allow me to shoot videos and you come back and watch them. So we'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you. Have a good day.